I'm Tommy Stinson.
This is Brian Bell from Weezer and The Relationship.
This is Guar.
We're Muncie Gals.
This is Cindy Wilson.
This is Tony.
And this is Miles.
From Fastball.
We're the Regrets. And you're listening to Cigar City Radio. Cigar City Radio.
Cigar City Radio.
Cigar City Radio.
Cigar City Radio.
Cigar City Radio is sponsored by No Clubs and StateMedia.com. Find out about upcoming concerts in Tampa Bay by visiting StateMedia.com and tagging No Clubs on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Use the hashtag #WeAreConcerts.
Here's what No Clubs has coming up in April. Friday, April 5th at Janus Live, there's a sold-out show with the Revivalists and Raylan Baxter. That show is sold out. So if you didn't get tickets, you're out of luck. There might be some tickets left at the door. Not really sure. We'll see, but that's April 5th. Tuesday, April 9th at the Ritz Ybor. Get some yow, yow, yows with Children of Bodom, Swallow the Sun, Wolfheart, and Summoner's Circle. Nice little metal show there. Friday, April 12th, the Bouncing Souls are at the Orpheum with Crazy in the Brains, The Bronx, and The Casualties. I love that there's a band called The Bronx. That makes me happy. Monday, April 15th, Hatebreed, Obituary, Cro-Mags, Terror, and Fit for an Autopsy with a hell of a show at the Ritz Ybor. That's an early show, actually. Doors are at 5:30, so make sure you're there on time. Thursday, April 18th, the Adolescents are at the Orpheum with Neighborhood Brats and Slap of Reality. Tuesday, April 23rd at the Orpheum, I'm going to give this one a try. Brandon Taz Niederauer and Bobby Lee Rogers. I just butchered that name. But if you know Brandon Taz Niederauer, then go check him out Tuesday, April 23rd at the Orpheum. Wednesday, April 24th, closing out a busy April, The Church is playing 2 sets at the Palladium. So that's a pretty nice month of April. A lot of cool shows, a lot of heavy shows. And there's a bunch of cool stuff coming in May, including Government Mule on May 1st and some other shows that you can find at statemedia.com, where you can see the list of all the upcoming dates in Tampa from No Clubs. You can follow No Clubs at No Clubs and check out dates at statemedia.com. Hashtag #WeAreConcerts. Welcome to Cigar City Radio, episode number 96. The song you just heard was Young Guns by Fever Beam. Fever Beam is one of the bands that performed at Gasparilla Music Festival. Head to Spotify or Apple Music or Tidal or wherever you listen to music and check out Young Guns by Fever Beam. I'm your host, Randy Ojeda, and making the magic happen, a man rocking the sickest Deer a Horse shirt I've ever seen, Mr. Jason Solanas.
I'm kind of upset right now after listening to that.
Why are you upset, Jason?
Because there's only going to be one Fever Beam release on Spotify, and I can't listen to them for hours. Or I can listen to it on repeat.
Just put it on repeat forever. There's going to be more soon.
I know there's going to be more soon, but I've got a binge on Fever Beam.
Yeah, well, luckily we have that technology, but the rest of the world is going to have to wait. Or they can check out Fever Beam on Tampa Sessions.
There you go.
Yeah.
You want content. There's content.
There's content. There's Fever Beam content out there. Yeah, they rocked it at Gasparilla, man. Our guests on this episode is a number of artists from the Gasparilla Music Festival. We chat with Jordan Esker, the Ruin Brothers, Parrotfish, Flip Turn, Joshua Riley, The Hales, and Sleepwalkers on this episode. A few of the artists who performed at Gasparilla Music Festival. For the whole festival, we were in the Replay Guitar Exchange tent. If you don't know Replay Guitar Exchange, they are one of the premier guitar and music destinations in the Tampa Bay area, with an incredible selection of new, pre-owned, and vintage guitars, basses, amps, and other music gear. You can find the Replay Guitar Exchange at Britton Plaza. That's 3944 Britton Plaza in South Tampa. You can email them at info@replayguitar.com, or just head to replayguitar.com to see some of what they sell. It's a really great store. They have so much cool stuff and a really knowledgeable staff who are professional and courteous and will sell you the coolest guitars and basses and amps and anything that you could want if you want to play music. So you should be playing music. Why? If you're listening to this, you should stop listening to us and go to Replay Guitar Exchange and buy an instrument and play music.
And make sweet, sweet music for all of us.
So thank you, Replay Guitar Exchange, for having us at the tent at Gasparilla Music Fest. Also, big thanks to Gasparilla Music Fest, of course, for having us for another year and giving us access to these incredible artists. It was an amazing festival, as it is every year. There's something magical about Gasparilla, especially when the sun starts to go down. You know, it's just beautiful out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great weather, great scene, great music. So looking forward to another Gasparilla Music Festival next year. And yeah, we got a lot. This is a big episode. There's a lot of interviews here. So stay tuned, strap in, get ready. So here it is, episode number 96. Curtis Hickson Park for Gasparilla Music Fest. This is day one of the festival. We are at the Replay Guitar Exchange tent right next to the Replay Guitar Exchange stage. And right now we are chatting with a couple members of Jordan Esker and the 100%, including the named man, Mr. Jordan Esker himself is here.
Hi.
And you're playing a couple hours, right? A couple hours on the
Wow, it's
the
almost
amphitheater
2.
stage? Yeah, it's already 2.
3, we're playing at 5:45.
All right.
So yeah.
So you're playing
3.
pretty soon at the amphitheater stage, which honestly is like one of my favorite stages at GMF every year. I feel like one of my favorite sets always comes from that stage.
That's
so
cool.
Hopefully it'll be, maybe it'll be the Jordan Esker set this year. We'll see.
Hopefully. We'll see how we do. I think we're going to do good.
So longtime listeners of the podcast will recognize Jordan from one of our previous episodes, but the last time we talked to you, you had like 3 times as much hair as you do now.
Yep.
So what is up with that?
That's when I cut it. That was like a week before I cut it and donated it right for the album listening party. Yeah.
And now you're just looking fly, man. Are you going to the same barber that Matt's going to? Because Matt was just telling us.
Who did you go to?
I go to Modern Man Grooming Salon in Gulfport.
Okay.
But she's moving to downtown St. Pete, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's funny because actually on the way here, I was like, I got my hair cut, and Jordan was like, oh, I should have done that. I was like,
no, you look fresh, man. You look fresh.
I'm due for it, though.
Yeah.
I usually like the real short on the sides like that.
Yeah.
I actually still go to this guy. He's the guy that cut my hair for the haircut thing.
Yeah.
So I just go to his house and go in his bathroom, and he just cuts my hair in his bathroom.
That seems
He's
legit.
like the best. He's so good.
Yeah. I would love to have that kind of personal relationship with my barber where they would cut my hair in the bathroom.
I'm about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So you just gave me this Jordan Esker sticker here, which I can add to my Jordan Esker sticker collection. And on the back, it says, I'mNotMiserable.com.
Right.
So tell me, what is that?
So that link goes to a place where you can premiere the video for our new single, which is coming out. We say that a lot in the chorus, so that's why I chose it. The song's actually called My Own Miserable.
Okay.
Yeah, but you'll find that out later. Yeah, so it goes to we had a local animator create that. His name's Dwight Mathis. He created the music video. yeah, it ended up being really cool.
Is it a fully animated video?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's insane. It's like a lyric video too. There's a couple lyrics on there. But the single comes out March 29th. We're going to play it today. And just go to that and Spotify pre-save it, and then you'll get to watch the video.
That's what it's all about. It's all about the Spotify pre-save.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's insane.
Yeah.
I actually say that on there because people are still trying to get used to it. So, like, on the cover thing, I'm like, this, like, remember buying albums? Like, this is what we want you to do now. Just click some buttons.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so low commitment. You know, anybody can do it. You just go on there and click the button and save it. You don't even have to actually listen to it, but obviously, I'm sure you'd prefer if they do.
Yeah.
You know?
We do, but the good thing about this particular single, I'm so glad that we created a lyric video, because for like the first year and a half that I was in the band, I just made up what I thought Jordan was saying. And so
now this gives you definitive proof
because
of this is what
honestly,
Jordan's
I was telling one of my employees the other day, I was like, Jordan, I love the way he writes. Like, he's just got a very good writing style, and it's not like something that has to rhyme or anything. It's just like it's telling a story. So to actually have the lyrics on the screen and be able to watch it on the YouTube video is going to complement the regular Spotify or whatever platform you use to just listen to.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I always remember the inexactly you had Hennessy's always my problem.
I mean, that sounds like a legit lyric to me. I don't know. What's the actual lyric? So he says Hennessy's not my problem.
I think jealousy is always my problem.
Okay, yeah. That's, I don't know. For some people, I feel like Hennessy might be a bigger problem than jealousy, but maybe one leads to the other. I don't know.
Easily.
Yeah. So the single's coming out March 29th, and what's coming? What's after that?
We have an EP. We haven't finished recording it yet, but it'll be ready. It'll probably come out within 2 months after that too.
Right on.
So have 3 more songs on it.
Yeah. So you're not waiting, because like the last record I feel like kind of just came out, and now we're moving
May.
into now we're going right into.
We're actually shooting for putting out multiple EPs this year. So definitely at least 2, and they're going to be in different styles.
Okay.
So this one's kind of like this song's like kind of like an 80s synthy type thing, and then the rest of the songs will kind of be in that direction as well, and a little bit darker. And then the next one after this is going to be kind of like a neo soul type approach, and a bit like brighter. And then at the end of the year, if we get to it, we're going to shoot for doing maybe like a folk or even like a pop punk thing or something.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. I don't know.
That's cool as hell, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's like, I mean, I feel like you are one of those songwriters that you can do that, where you can do different styles and it doesn't feel weird,
Somehow, yeah. I mean, I just write a lot and throw a lot away. So, every day I kind of throw a song away and maybe keep one every few weeks.
So it's like what's that Mary Kondo or whatever, the how you have to decide if something brings you joy or not. Marie Kondo, you know what I'm talking about?
What book does she has a
I know it's the thing about like you look at your clothes and you're like, does this bring me joy? No. So you throw it away. That's what you do with songs? You're just like, does this song bring me joy? No. To throw it away.
Totally. Yeah, definitely. And that's why I like to I'll demo stuff a lot and give it to the guys and be like, how do you feel about this?
Yeah.
But usually, so like it's even like a cut from there, because it's like, okay, I got all these things, and then some of them don't even get demoed, and then some of them get demoed like 6 months later from when I created them, and then we have the filter of the guys being
And like with that being said, even if the music is somewhat of a darker tone or feel to it, sometimes that it can bring a person joy. For me personally, like it's almost like an outlet. So when we're playing these songs, it doesn't always have to have like a happy, hopeful tone, which has never really been us anyway.
Yeah.
Or at least Jordan's writing style. But it is a good outlet, I feel, for certain emotions or feelings that we go through in life.
And I was thinking about this today, like I heard someone say this about the Beatles one time. I don't even know who said it, but it was very true. Every song that they have has a bit of joy in it. Like even like their sad songs has like this like feeling of joy, because you can just feel them like enjoying what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I feel like, that I feel like that about our stuff, at least, where I'm like, okay, even like some of these sad ones still have this kind of like, like feeling of joy in them.
Yeah. Well, it definitely like seems like you're having a good time with it. Even if like you said, it's like this is definitely what you were meant to do. This is your thing. So that's cool. What's it like playing with this guy, Matt? What's it like?
It's awesome. The way I even got into the band was. It was just like, it wasn't a coincidence, it was like a fate almost for me, because I actually was pulled into the band by our bass player, Emmett, and me and him had jammed with these other two guys, and I guess they found somebody who could play bass and keyboard. I don't know if at the same time, but they ended up finding someone else, and Emmett called me up and he was like, hey, I think they found somebody else, but you should come check out this other band I'm in. And I go to jam with him, and one of the songs that he has, Periwinkle, I had listened to it like 6 months prior when I was just looking for music projects. Mm-hmm. And I remember I had that song stuck in my head, but I couldn't figure out what it was from. And then I ended up joining up with him, and it's been good from there. Us four have been together for about 4.5 years, so it's awesome, man. I love hearing the stuff that he creates and being able to also add to it or kind of work on stuff together, because Jordan's got a good music mind. So
and it's fun too, because we've been, like obviously originally started with just me writing stuff, but like slowly over time it's been involving them all in writing. Like for instance, the next single we're going to put out with this EP after the one on March 29th is one that actually was like a melody that Matt's had around since you were how old?
I think it's like 10 or 11 years old. I posted a YouTube video, and he kind of took that melody and he turned it into this awesome, like he said, 80s sounding synth song. I like it better than the way I had envisioned it originally.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm singing like really baritone, and like it's kind of like it's like a synthwave type song, and it just like I've been hearing him play that for like 4 years just at practice, and then one day just kind of like I got this idea. I was like, oh, what if it sounded like this? And so I just kind of ran with it.
And this is the track that you can get from the precinct.
Not that one. It'll be the next one. Yeah, after that. Yeah.
All right. I was gonna say, because that doesn't sound very miserable at all.
I don't know. The one the next one is, I think, a little bit darker than this one,
right.
actually.
Yeah. All right, I'm about it.
Yeah.
So any other? So you're playing Gasparilla Music Fest today, obviously, in a couple hours. But what's next on the schedule for Jordan?
We have our release show on for the single on the day it comes out at the Benz.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, doing a late one. And then we're doing a little tour that weekend too, and we're playing in Gainesville the 28th, March 28th, and then we're playing in Delray on March 30th. So when the single comes out, we'll have a little tour in Florida, and then I don't know, we have various shows. We're going to Lakeland too in April, and we're kind of trying to like regionally focus a bit more and just like jump out to stuff.
Totally. Yeah.
And then just trying to focus on putting music out more often and playing a little more regionally.
I'm all about that, man. I think that's the smartest thing that you could do as an artist now is like really just keep putting out content. The days where like you would put out an album and then that cycle would last like 2 years or whatever, like that doesn't exist anymore. You gotta stay prolific.
There's too much out there now. I mean, Jordan, which he does a good job of it. You post almost daily on Instagram, or probably not so much Snapchat, but we should probably get into that.
You guys are better at that.
But you do post on Instagram and Facebook a lot, so
that's the one I focus on.
Yeah, you need like a TikTok channel or whatever.
Oh my God,
that's what you need. The Jordan Esker TikTok.
We'll get Vince to do that.
Yeah, you can separate it out. I mean, you guys do Instagram or Snapchat so often.
Yeah, true.
You can just run that if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm all about. Yeah, I mean, I love following you, so I definitely look forward to seeing your updates when you guys go on this tour in March. I'm excited to hear the new single. So.
Sweet, yeah.
That's awesome, guys. So anything else you want to add for the Cigar City Radio crowd today?
I don't know. I appreciate everybody listening, whoever's listening to this, and we're honored to be here, man.
How you feeling about GMF? Is this your first time coming here, or
this is? I don't know if this is my first time at GMF, just as a fan of music. I might have been here once before in the past. I can't really remember. I've been to so many fests, but I didn't know this, but the GMF Foundation or whatever their organization is a 501c3 nonprofit, which is really cool because they do a lot of good stuff for the community. And one of my friends, Chris Scamato, he was telling me to go check out one of his students' bands because they got Kids Fest and everything. So just being able to play here, man, is an honor, man. It's a blast.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play this since, I moved back from Tallahassee in 2013 and have been, starting the project up pretty much like a year after I moved back. We all, got together and started playing like a Crowbar Battle of the Bands. And I remember we got a Rock the Park gig from that. And it was like the same weekend as GMF, actually. So we had to play underneath the museum, like the overhang thing, and this crazy reverb.
But kind of cool though.
It was insane. Like I remember, like a snare was like. But like I remember, like from that, I was like, dang, like I really want to play the main thing. And I've been to GMF a few times before, I think. So, just pretty much hit and fill up every year and be like, hey, we're still here.
Yeah, right.
So I did that again in November or something. I think I messaged him and just, did some other stuff with, that he coordinated and just got asked at some point.
That's great.
Just texted me one day and I was like, yep.
Yeah.
So.
No, and it's cool. Like you said, it is a really community feeling. Like it's a community festival for sure. Like even though there's national bands like, the Avid Brothers and stuff playing today, it's like, it still feels like the Tampa community and the greater Tampa community coming together and, celebrating, this awesome place.
Even just like, it's hard to tell your other people about your music sometimes because it's like, oh yeah, you have a band, whatever. And like now I can tell people, I'm like, oh yeah, we're playing GMF, and pretty much everyone knows what that is in Tampa.
Yep. Yeah.
Even down in Sarasota or anything, like anyone knows. So I can say that, and they'll be like, oh, you're real, or like you're serious.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, we're lucky to have this right here in our backyard. So yeah, shout out to GMF for another kick-ass year, which we're just getting started. Like I said, this is interview one of day one. Jordan Esker and the 100%. Thanks a lot, guys, for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Saturday afternoon, we were at Curtis Hickson Park here downtown Tampa for Gasparilla Music Fest, hanging out in the Replay Guitar Exchange with our new friends, the Ruin Brothers. That's right, Ruin? It's not.
That's
it's
right.
Not Ruin.
That's absolutely perfect.
Ruin Brothers. Who? Where are you guys from? First off,
me and Rupert here. We're from a little industrial town on the northeast coast of England called Scunthorpe. Scunthorpe. Yeah. There's not very many people when I say it off the bat repeat it back correct. So
I'm proud of that.
Congrats to you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Well done.
So it's in the
northeast. Isn't it like if listeners out there are familiar with the geography of England, it's close to like Sheffield, Hull.
Okay.
Those sort of parts.
Yeah, I was in England in May for a band that we managed was on tour there, and we were in Sheffield. But I think that's about as far north as we got. And we tried to go to Liverpool on our off day, but we didn't make it over there. So it's just too much to do.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, it's actually, but compared to the drives in America,
it's really nice.
It's really I bet you enjoyed that, right?
Yeah, because sometimes when you're on tour here in the States and you have to go from one state to another, it's like you could be a 6-8 hour drive.
Oh, absolutely.
When we were in England, like there was no drive that was more than 2 hours. I was like, oh, thank you. It was also my first time driving on that side of the road because I actually drove for the band. So
nice.
I was like, it was really nerve-wracking that first day pulling out onto the street in London and having to figure that out.
London is probably the worst place to drive.
Yeah, it really was.
Very brave of you.
I know. I honestly can't believe that I did it, to be honest. I'm really amazed that it was a thing that I did.
Yeah, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you. So is this your first time over here? Or?
No, we made a record out here. Not out here.
Yeah, not in Tampa.
No, in LA.
Okay.
Malibu a few years ago, and we released it last year. And since 2016, 16, we've been living here.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we lived in LA, and then we moved to New York just over 2 years ago, and that's where we met Colin.
Yeah.
Shout out to Colin.
I'm not British. I'm American.
You're American.
American. Yeah. So yeah, we met out in New York.
So you joined the band out in New York, and you've been playing with them ever since?
Yeah, about a little over a year ago.
That's awesome. And so the record that you're talking about that just came out last year, this is the one that was produced by Rick Rubin?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's really fucking cool. So like, how did that happen? Like,
it's funny. Like over the course of like a year, I guess he'd heard the odd track or two from various people that we'd worked with in the past, and first one he heard was by an old manager of ours, and he was like, "Oh, I think this is really cool." And we're like, "Whoa, Rick's heard our music. I think it's cool." Yeah. That was good enough for us.
Seriously, like right there, you could just retire.
Yeah, exactly.
Get better than that.
And then like 6 to 8 months after, our A&R guy at the time like played him a few songs when he was in the office in New York, and he was like, "I really like this one song, Summer Sun." He was like, "I'd like to meet the guys." And a few months later, we went to his house in Malibu, and that was it.
Tell me about Rick Rubin's house in Malibu. What is his house like?
It's very minimal.
Yeah.
Like his production? Very minimal?
Yeah, very minimal, very white, a lot of space. It's beautiful. Yeah.
So he brings you over there, and then do you like work with him that day, or does he just start the conversation?
We went over there and just discussed music for about 2 hours. We played him a couple of songs acoustically, and then we parted ways, But it must have been about 2 weeks later we got a phone call saying that Rick would like to produce our album. So then a couple of days after that, we flew out to Malibu and started playing. So and laid it all down.
That's so cool. So it was literally it was that quick then. It wasn't you didn't have that much time to prepare with them.
No, not at all. Shockingly.
Yeah. I mean, this is a guy that's worked with like the Beastie Boys and Kanye West and everyone. So it's like how I would be so nervous to walk into the studio.
Oh yeah. No, I was cooking breakfast one morning in the studio. I'm there in like my robe. I just had like a shower. I'm cooking breakfast, and Mike D walks in the kitchen.
No.
I was like, I did like a double take. I was just like cooking on stove. I look over. I'm like, oh, it's Mike D.
Yeah.
No, we had a few surprises. Chad Smith was the drummer on the record.
No way.
And we had no idea that would be the case until we turned up.
Yeah, we were just rocking up, and our A&R guy was like, well, our band, like, what are we going to... And he was like, oh, Rick says he's got a band for you. And we're like, okay.
And then it's Chad Smith.
Yeah.
That's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, so that was pretty trippy. So, but no, it was a great experience, and we were very lucky, and yeah, we took our time making the record, as you would do if you're in paradise.
Yeah.
With all those amazing
if you're
people.
in Malibu, like, just keep that coming. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So
I wouldn't want to leave there either.
Yeah. So no, a lot of fun, and yeah, we're really happy to have it out there and be touring around now, and we're actually almost finished up with our second record now, which is
right on.
Yeah.
And where did you record that one at?
We're self-producing that one. Yeah.
Sweet.
Before working with Rick, we actually self-produced all of our stuff, and then whilst we were actually waiting to put out the first record, we went and did a load of other of our own demos and recordings and stuff, and we went and played those for Rick, and Rick was like, yeah, those are great, get them out there. So that's what we're gonna do.
What was did you learn anything, any nugget of wisdom from Rick Rubin that you're gonna remember forever?
We learnt a few. One great thing which I think he did for us was make us hone in on what we're good at, what other people think we're good at, which is, playing guitars together and singing together and not worrying too much about the rest of it, really. So that sort of came forward in the record, whereas before, we didn't do that much harmony work and stuff like that on our recordings. So that became a bigger part of what we do now, and Rick exposed them kind of qualities. So
and less is more. We would track all the album. We tracked the album live with no click track, and we were we basically. Rick was there through that whole process, and he was like, you know what, I really like what you guys do with your overdub stuff. He was like, I'm gonna just keep coming back and checking in, you guys do that.
So
we
just left?
Yeah, we just threw the kitchen sink at it, and he would come in every now and then and listen to that, and then he was like, and we had like we were like, oh, our buddy from the Killers, he plays some cello. Can we have him come down and record? He was like, yeah, man. And we're like, yo, there's this keys player called Ian McLagan. He was of the Faces, Small Faces.
Yeah.
Sadly, he passed away before the record was finished. We think it was probably the last record he ever played on. But Rick like got him out, and we had string play, or whatever we wanted, and we threw the kitchen sink at it. And then when it came to like breaking the tracks down and like him listening through it all, he was like, save that bit for the last chorus, save that bit for the breakdown, save that bit for the last chorus. So like, there's gonna be nothing in the first chorus. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be nothing left.
Yeah.
But I've heard that that's like his style. Like that's what he did like with Kanye on Yeezus. Was he just like had Kanye remove tracks, like with just mute hundreds and hundreds of tracks just to make it like this real minimal sound.
Well, it's very easy to come up with little bits as you're making music when you're in the creative process. So we would non-stop come up with ideas, but then obviously you can't have all of them working together. I mean, they kind of have to follow suit a little bit.
Yeah.
So to that extent, he kind of sifted through what should be the main melody part of maybe a guitar or whatever, and we stuck with that. So.
Yeah, instead of like dressing it up with all these bells and whistles.
Yeah, I mean, we love dressing things up, but sometimes we fought when he was trying to take it down, but no, it worked out for the best. It was good in the end.
I remember there's this blue plastic wood block, and while we were recording some tracks, it was like, I was saying to Chad, I was like, hey man, play that blue, we called it the underwater wood block. And he was like, I don't think Rick's gonna like that. And we're like, no man, it sounds good. Lay it down. And we'll try sneak it past him and get it on the track. And he was like, okay man, we'll do it. And we're all sat there in the control room, and Rick comes in and listens, and he's like, what is that? Like his ears are so sharp, he's like, what is that? And we're like, oh, it's this really cool like wood block thing, like we're gonna put it with a load of reverb on it. And he's like, no.
Yeah, he said no.
And we really fought him on it. We're like, no, we think it's good, man. He was like, well, okay, if you want to keep it, that's totally your call, that's cool. He goes, but just my opinion, I don't think that. So the wood block sank. It got it.
So that was it. The wood block was gone.
End of wood block.
Yeah.
We got some wood in the next couple new songs.
Yeah, we got some wood. We got some wood stomping in some new songs.
Yeah,
that's
there's
right.
nobody to stop us.
Yeah, right. Without Rick Rubin to stop you, you can throw all the wood you want.
All that stomping.
So you guys are living out in LA or like in Malibu area, and you guys met in New York though. So you've been back and forth between LA and New York.
We actually we live in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we moved to Brooklyn. Colin's in Upper Manhattan on the Upper West Side.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
I'm in Brooklyn all the time, so I work with a bunch of bands in New York. So yeah.
Oh, you'll have to hit us up when you come out, man.
Yeah, we'll have to hang out.
Yeah, without a doubt, man.
So difference between now that you've been in both places, what do you prefer? Are you LA or are you New York?
LA all the way.
Yeah?
I like LA, but New York in the winter, because you've got to have some snow over Christmas.
Yeah, see, I'm from Florida, so I'm okay with never seeing snow ever again.
I hate winter in New York.
I guess that's usually what it is. What about you?
It's freezing. Yeah. I mean, I grew up in Michigan, so like,
so
there's winter, but I'm just getting sick of it. Just like it's so windy and cold, and you like walk everywhere in New York, so it's like it can be like you're cringing walking to wherever.
It makes life so difficult. I lived in Chicago for like 3 or 4 years.
Oh, that's even worse.
That was worse, and that's why I live here again, because why would I want to leave?
We were just in Chicago, and it was freezing.
Oh, I bet. So tell me. So what's the rest of the schedule like for you guys coming up after Gasparilla?
Yeah, we're basically after Gasparilla, we're straight back to Brooklyn. We're finishing up our second record, which is exciting for us. We then got a lot more shows, a lot more touring coming up just throughout the rest of the year. So we're back. We just come from Georgia today. We're going to be back to Georgia for Shaky Knees Festival.
Love Shaky Knees. Great lineup there this year.
Yeah, really great lineup. We got a load of fun stuff. What's the one in Lexington, Kentucky? Forecastle Festival. That one's going to be really, really cool. But we've been looking forward to this one. Tomorrow.
We're glad to have you. It's such a.
Thank you.
We've seen this festival grow over the years that we've been here, and it still feels like a community, like regional festival, because the whole community kind of comes out and supports this. But it's great to have bands like the Ruin Brothers and the Avett Brothers. A lot of brothers theme this year.
Yeah, they're like management mates. They're on this. We got the same management.
Oh, okay, right on. Yeah. Well, that's a good management to be hooked up with.
Yeah, they're wonderful people. Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to that. Like, it's cool to see so many awesome bands coming to town and seeing what we got here. You know.
Yeah.
So.
And you got Gary Clark Jr.
Gary Clark Jr. tomorrow. Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So it's a really like fun time. This is everybody here looks forward to this weekend. Yeah. You know, out of every year. So
amazing.
Thanks for joining us. What are your kind of first impressions of Tampa?
We have honestly, literally just driven to our hotel and then we just came here straight away.
And we came from around the back on a golf cart.
Yeah.
But,
do you have any suggestions for us?
I would say, if you guys have some time, just head over to the river right over here. You can get like paddle boats and other things.
Oh,
just like kind of hang out on the river. It's a gorgeous day, and tomorrow's gonna be gorgeous if you're here. So
nice. I'll race you, Colin.
Yeah,
get paddle boats.
Do a race on the river, and just the whole river walk down here is just beautiful. So take it in, and get some sun while you're here. We definitely have a lot of that.
And we could do with some. In New York, we're not getting a lot of it at the minute.
As we can.
Yeah, luckily this is an audio podcast and not a visual one, or you would see exactly what they're talking. Curtis Hickson Park for Gasparilla Music Fest, and we're hanging out with our new friends Michael and Austin from the band Sleepwalkers, who just played a couple hours ago on the Psych stage. And it was actually, so what I like to do for this festival is, instead of like listening to you guys before, I'm like, okay, let me see the live show so that I can be surprised and like I can really get a feel for what Sleepwalkers is all about. And I think I got it. It's really fucking dope. So
thank you, man.
The set was incredible, and it was just cool to like see you guys on that stage. It was awesome. So you guys came out from Virginia Beach?
Yeah, Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
For some reason, somebody told me Virginia Beach, and I got false information.
They're close enough.
Richmond's cool though. RVA, right?
Yeah, we have ties to Virginia Beach, but born and raised in Richmond. Yeah.
Right on.
With our label Space Mom. They're kind of all from Virginia Beach, but Austin and I
grew up here.
Yeah. So tell me about the label Space Moms.
Yeah. So they've done like a number of things. They've put out Natalie Prass's record, which did really well a few years ago. They've got their Space Bomb house band, which is incredible. Working with artists with like Devon Harris, he's kind of a part of that. He played on Jack White's latest record. And, so the scene's really like blossoming,
That's cool.
Nice. Yeah, man.
That's cool. What's the record store there in Richmond?
Plan 9.
What's that?
Deep Groove or Plan 9?
Plan 9. Yes. I've had when our bands come through Richmond, we try to get them an in-store there at Plan 9.
Oh yeah.
That's a cool ass fucking store.
Oh yeah.
So
that's the way to do it, man.
Yeah, that's dope. So so tell us a little bit more about your music, just for the listeners that might not be as familiar with what you do. Because it's like I'm having trouble like putting my finger on the sound, because it's like such a mix of styles, and like there's definitely like a little bit of an 80s rock influence and stuff there too, but it's like, so how do you describe it?
I think that it's like it's kind of, we're in the age of like playlists, and we were in a band before, and it was kind of like focused on one genre, and we kind of were just tired of playing the same thing over and over again. So we're like, hey, let's just play everything that we like. And so we try to put in all of our favorite influences, if it's pop or punk or rock or psych or soul, whatever it is, and try to have different songs. That way it's like you listen to, if you make it a playlist, you're not going to be just playing, it's not going to be all psych necessarily. You'd be like, I'm going to put a pop song in here, I'm going to do this, I'm going to,
Yeah.
So
the general umbrella is like, we do pop, but we originally called it dirty pop.
Dirty pop, yeah. And then NSYNC took that from you.
JT, our boy JT. So, but yeah, I mean, we try to do everything. I mean, obviously when we play live, it's a little bit more rock oriented,
Yeah.
You can't get away from that, and we like doing it. So, but yeah, it's all under the umbrella of like, it's got to have good melody, and that's about it. We like, it's either good music or bad music. Sometimes we get shit for that, but
no, you had some rock and harmonies, and the melodies are great. So yeah, that was one of the things that really drew me over to the stage. I was like, yeah, the vocals are great, and like you said, every genre that you just mentioned, I heard a little bit of that at some point, whether it be funk or soul or whatever it is. So that's a really cool like eclectic mix, So is this your first time in Tampa?
We played Ybor with J. Roddy Wallace in the Business. We've been on some extensive tours with those guys.
Cool. I love them.
Yeah, they're great guys. we're friends with them. They're actually a part of the Richmond music scene. So we played. Where did we play? Crowbar?
Yeah,
Right?
Crowbar.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool
That's
place.
a rad spot.
It's very rad spot. Very different vibe from here, though. Crowbar's
Right.
like, a grungy rock club, and then we're out here with like the palm trees and on the water and
I know.
stuff.
I'm trying to get on a boat.
Yeah,
How do
you
I do
should,
that?
man. Yeah,
Like a
there's
charter boat.
Yeah, you can rent a boat. There's paddleboarding that you can do.
You know what
all
would
sorts
make
of shit.
this whole festival better if they just had jet skis? For like $5.
I
You just
agree.
jump on one for
I agree.
10 minutes.
I feel like that would be an insurance nightmare, but
yeah.
like, that definitely sounds like it'd be dope as fuck. Yeah, I'm about that. So, what are your kind of impressions so far of Tampa and the city?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
What we've seen. We just kind of pulled in right before we played. We had to play a show at 1 a.m. last night in Savannah. So we drove through the night.
That is a drive.
I did not sleep and came here and played the show.
Oh, was that Savannah stopover where you
Yes.
playing? Okay, right on. So you guys are doing the thing. You're going your Savannah stopover, then you're hitting here, and then you're going to South by Southwest.
Yeah.
Right on. So I'm going to be at South by Southwest all week. So
Oh, no way.
Yeah. What are you guys going to be getting up to while you're over there?
We're doing a showcase for music. It's like this song app, which is going to be cool. And then Space Bomb Review. There's a lot of cool artists on that one. You should try to check it out.
Yeah.
That's Tuesday. And then, let's see, Saturday is the Georgia Theater Showcase.
Oh, right on.
With like Illiterate Light, J. Roddy's new band, his like side project, Pom Pom. Yep. And what else is playing? That one's gonna be the raucous, just a nasty
dope.
party.
Did you say Illiterate Light?
Mhm.
I just got hip to them like a couple days ago.
Yeah, we're good buddies with them.
Are they from that? They're from the Richmond area too?
They're from Harrisonburg, but they've basically kind of like adopted the Richmond scene a little bit.
Fair enough.
Come on to that.
We just got off a tour with them in late October. So we played quite a few shows with them too.
So that's super cool. So you guys are road warriors, is what it sounds like.
A bit,
How much do you tour?
Not as much as you think. I mean, we did the most extensive tour we did was with the Lumineers for a couple months.
Way to bury the lead, man. That's a huge tour. Like, what are you saying?
And then, I mean, Jay Roddy's been a huge supporter of us, so he kind of like got us in the scene. And I mean, every other month, just going for forever and ever until the van dies.
Last year we were working on a new record, which will probably be out in July.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask about that. July. Okay.
And so like we've been focusing on that and trying to do videos and other promotional stuff for that. But this year we'll probably be hitting it pretty hard since the record will be coming out.
Yeah, so really hitting the road and supporting that record, and that's the way to do it. Yeah. So what's your favorite aspect of like being Sleepwalkers? Are you like studio people? Do you like to be recording, or do you like to be on the road?
Yeah.
Or is it both?
The road's fun, but we are studio. If we could stay in the studio forever and just put out records constantly, that's what we want to do. So,
yeah,
we enjoy the debauchery of the road, but we've done it, so we're really pacing ourselves. But, dude, the studio is where the magic happens.
It's true. It's true. I'm all about the studio myself.
Sexy.
Yeah. Do you record yourselves, or do you usually work with the producers, or what? How do you?
We produce it ourselves.
This last record, did you produce yourself? Okay.
Yeah, and the first record we did too. Alex, our drummer, is the engineer, and we all kind of like find the tones and work on everything together. And it's just the three of us really recording everything.
Yeah, that's really handy to have a member of the band that can engineer the record as well.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
2 for 1.
Yeah. So tell me, I've never been to Richmond. I just know of Plan 9, but like what do I do when I go to Richmond?
Richmond's incredible, like highest. I mean, as far as restaurants go, per capita, it's like insane.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a foodie town?
Greek food, Vietnamese food.
Best fun.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't find
Richmond,
that kind of fun in New York. Yeah.
You really?
Yeah. No, we've got a little like Vietnamese, this little town.
A little village of houses that they turned into pho spots, and they're
Also go to Mekong, which is like has been voted best beer destination for 4 years in a row. Yeah, man.
Richmond's happening, man.
Yeah. And the music scene's popping off right now. There's just like breweries are everywhere. It's like more studios are opening up and more bands are coming out.
It seems like a lot of people want transients to come, like, let's build it up and everything. But if you're a true Richmonder, a lot of people, they're not snarky, but they're like, hey, I don't want other people coming in and like.
Yeah. You're proud to be from Richmond.
Yeah, we do love visitors. Yeah, you should come, man.
No, I'd love to come. Yeah, it sounds like a really
just
cool
don't move there.
No, I'm not gonna. I can't leave Tampa. I love this place too much. And actually, the way you're describing Richmond kind of reminds me of Tampa, where it's like, we have like a scene that's bubbling and doing its, kind of in an eclectic way. Like some cities they have like, you go to Chicago and it's like really hip hop focused, or you go to, Orange County in LA and it's all like psych rock or something. But like in Tampa, I feel like we have a really eclectic mix of music. Do you feel like it's kind of the same way in Richmond?
It is. Like I said, it's just starting to like finally blossom, and it's getting more worldwide recognition. But other than that, I mean, all the bars and stuff are great in Richmond. And then
jazz scene's
amazing. Yeah.
Like you're saying, Devon.
Yeah.
DJ
Butcher Brown. You got to check those guys out. They're fucking incredible.
They're huge.
Yeah.
In the jazz scene.
That's very cool. Okay.
They do a lot of. They work with like Robert Glasper. They'll go up and do Blue Note.
Oh yeah, no, that's serious. That's really serious.
Oh yeah, they're serious cats, man.
And that's something that I guess I never really realized, that Richmond's not that far from New York, or like not that far from like the rest of the Northeast there.
That's what's so easy about it. Why we love it. It's such the equidistance. You can go. It's 2 hours to the beach. You can go straight up to New York, play one night, mountain, be back home.
Yeah, that's awesome. See, like that's what I would love to live in, a place that has closer proximity to New York, but not actually be in New York.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's really convenient. That's cool.
Something like Newark.
Yeah. No, I don't want to. I definitely don't want to be in New Jersey.
God bless the people of New Jersey.
No, Virginia sounds like it'd be way chiller than that. Yeah, I like that because it's cool because you can definitely hit like some of those Northeast cities without having to like really make it into a huge tour.
It's been really helpful for like the start of our careers. Being there, having that as home base. So it's awesome. Yeah.
Right on. So walk me through like I guess we talked a little bit about South by, but like what's your schedule from here? Because you just played. You said you played last night at 1 a.m. in Savannah. You're here. So do you get to hang out for a little bit today?
Yeah. We're hoping to catch Farside. We're gonna have another interview, but we're gonna try to get most.
Another interview? No, ours is the only and most important interview.
It seems like it is. It's the most fun so far.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. So and you're rocking some Cigar City Brewing right here. So what are you drinking?
It's true.
This is
the Highlight.
Oh, shout out! Yeah, the Highlight.
It's one of the best beers in the world, man.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. But I guess you guys are telling me that Richmond's got all the breweries now, so
Well, okay.
The Bale's good.
The Bale is good. Yes.
Mekong is a place that has all of everyone's
Yeah, it's a
beer.
curated, like
Find
they've
beer
got bunch and crazy rare
from
shit.
anywhere,
Yeah.
So if you're like, hey, I want to try this beer from this state and this state and this state, it's like their beer list is like 400 beers.
Oh shit, yeah.
La Chou,
But there's Scott's Edition has become like a beer hub. Where it's like every block is a new brewery or cider place or something like that.
That's really cool. So is there going to be a Sleepwalkers IPA? I feel like that would. I feel like that.
Yeah,
just
actually,
makes sense.
we're actually working on something with Hardy with. Yeah. We've talked to him for probably a couple years, but we'll finally get that together. They did a couple brews with our buddies, this punk band RPG.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I'm all about that, man. I'm all about I feel like bands should do more partnerships with breweries, with marijuana strains. You should have a Sleepwalker OG.
No, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Lollipops.
Like everything.
Yeah. Edible thongs.
Edible thongs.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that idea. That would sell well at the merch table, I feel like. Everybody's got their shirts, they got their buttons and their stickers, but the edible thongs.
It's like at Gasparilla right now, it's just melting. At the merch table.
Now would not be the time to wear an edible thong. It would be permanently stuck to your body. Which maybe if that's what you want, that's what you want. So did you think this conversation was going to devolve into edible thongs?
No, I didn't, but I brought it up. I'm sorry.
I feel like you had edible thongs on your brain the whole time, and this whole conversation was just leading towards that. And that's really the takeaway from Sleepwalkers. It's like, yeah, sure, they got a new record coming out soon, but edible thongs, man, that's what it's really about. So before we wrap up, tell me about the new record. Give me the full plug. When's it coming out? What's the deal? Or do you not know? Are you working on the edible thongs first?
So we've got 3 singles out from the new record.
Awesome.
Which are Wake Up, Never Enough, and Fault Is Me. And then we've got another one coming next month, and we'll actually announce the exact date in 1 month.
Okay. You can't just give a teaser for us right now? You know, just
summertime.
Exclusive. Okay, all right. Summertime. All right. That works for me. I like that.
But it couldn't be July 9th?
They're
17th?
So to the listeners that can't see this, they're basically trying to decide right now when to release the record.
It may or may not
feedback,
be.
and then they can tell us when they want.
That's a great idea. So tweet at the Sleepwalkers or follow them on Instagram, and then you can tell them when you want the record, and you demand it, because it seems like they're withholding because they're too busy with their edible thong enterprise to really focus on music. I mean, what the hell, guys?
Damn straight, Randy.
It's a niche market.
Right on, y'all. Right on. So before we wrap up, any final thoughts for Tampa or the Cigar City Radio listeners?
Oh, man, the place is exquisite. This place is so goddamn lovely. All the people are beautiful.
So, thank you guys for tuning in here today. It is a beautiful, if slightly cloudy, Sunday afternoon. Seems the clouds are parting for a slightly sunnier forecast. We are here at the Replay Guitar Exchange guitar booth here at Gasparilla Music Festival, Day 2, and we are here interviewing Joshua Riley. Say hey to the listeners here, Joshua.
Hey, y'all. Great to be on with Cigar City.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming out here today. So we wanted to ask you just right off the bat, experiences so far of Gasparilla. Is this your first time here, or is it you kind of a veteran of Tampa and all the festivals and stuff?
I am a veteran of the Tampa area. I've been here since 2007. I've only been a GMF one time, and it was when my children were younger and obsessed with Jason Isbell. So we kind of just swept in, caught his set, and took off. So this will be my first time really soaking in the whole experience.
So first time as a performer then?
Yeah, first time as a performer at GMF, and I feel really blessed to get the nod to be here. And I know a lot of my friends and fans are real excited about catching the set. So
yeah, we definitely are too. You were definitely one of the, I think we actually saw on your Facebook that you were one of the 5 acts to watch at Gasparilla this year. So I hope that rings true, and we're definitely looking forward to it. So you said that you were kind of a Tampa transplant of sorts. You were originally from, what was it, Springfield, Illinois? What kind of facilitated that move down to Clearwater here?
The move was facilitated by the weather. You know, we did 27 winters in Illinois, and that was about enough. So right after I got married, we came down here and started over. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, most people, I definitely would say move down here for the weather. So that's definitely one of the better reasons to move down here. And obviously, the music scene's really great here as well. You know, Gasparilla is such an awesome showcase of all the local musicians and some of the bigger ones. Like you said, you know, is Jason Isbell, and you know, obviously we've got Gary Clark Jr. headlining tonight. So that's going to be a pretty fantastic way to cap things off at Day 2 here for sure. So you've got an album under your belt as well, 2017's. Let me double check the name here for it, so I don't mispronounce it or anything. Mercy on the Strange, yeah, and that came out on Ybor City Records as well. Tell us a little bit about kind of the process of that record and.
Well, it came to be. I started a songwriter night that I do weekly in Safety Harbor. It's called the Melody Artisans of the Crooked Thumb. And it came from one of the fellow songwriters who happened to be the proprietor at Ybor City Records. He based it as a selfish move to sign me and get the ball rolling on recording the album, because he wanted to hear the songs when we weren't hanging out. So that's where it all came from. And it just, I was able through this songwriter group to come up with enough material for a full-length album of songs that I felt like I could really get behind, and we just set up the time and got into Zen recording down in Pinellas Park by St. Pete, and we put it together with a lot of my friends and a lot of players that were kin to Ybor City Records, and we pieced together the musicians and just made it happen.
Well, there you go, and it sounds fantastic too. I checked out a lot of the music videos that you had on your YouTube page, and it's very cool. I like that a lot. That kind of like Americana, kind of Johnny Cash, rootsy kind of vibe. I dig that a lot, and I know Kelsey does too. We were very excited to see the Avett Brothers last night, so yeah. So basically, we also saw that you had a Tampa Sessions performance. We've been working with Tampa Sessions as well recently, getting some other local bands like Fever Beam, who's performing here later today. So how did that Tampa Sessions thing kind of come about?
It came about from me seeing a couple of the videos that they were doing, and then just reaching out to Joe, and it was like a really laid back, really comfortable experience, and he was just getting after me for not coming back to visit. So I've got a bunch of new songs under my belt right now, and it'd be a pretty good place to go over and try to get him in front of some people, I think. So I'll be setting up a time with Joe to get over there again.
Yeah, that was going to kind of lean pretty nicely into my next question, just sort of like what's next down the pipeline, because obviously the album was down in 2017, so, obviously you said you've got some new songs that you're working on and kind of perfecting, and so, are we talking like an EP, like another album or something?
I think it's going to be another full-length album. Yeah, it's going to be another full-length album. We don't have anything set in stone yet. I'm actually just now settling all debts from the first album, and so that's a relief and feels really good. And I didn't want to start anything new until I was totally paid off from that whole experience, which it gets expensive. So it takes a working songwriter a while to pay that kind of stuff off. So, but yeah, we're there now. So it's going to be moving quickly from here on another full-length album.
All right, very cool. Yeah, it's obviously a little bit more of a grind when you don't have the 7-record deal with RCA or anything like that. So I definitely respect the grind. I'm somewhat of a musician myself, but I'm more electronic, so it's very similar in the do-it-yourself sense. But yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from with that. But we are both definitely looking forward to it. I know Randy and Jason are certainly going to be listening for it when it comes down the pipeline. So yeah, just one last question, basically. Tell us a little bit about your hometown, Springfield. Is it? Tell us kind of something that the listeners might not expect. To kind of come out of Springfield. Is there something that maybe is kind of underrated or think that maybe people should check out?
Oh, what's going on in Springfield now that we should check out, or
just when you were there?
So.
What was kind of like the stomping ground?
So when I was in Springfield, developing, myself as an artist, I had a really fortunate situation to where my brother was in music and did a lot of booking. So he actually had a spot in the Hilton Hotel called the Underground City Tavern, and it was a stop-off point for a lot of bands that were traveling from Chicago to St. Louis. And so although that venue's gone, it was a great place for me to cut my teeth on opening for big names like Billy Joe Shaver, Slade Cleaves, Wanda Jackson, all kinds of people, and it was a great place to get my start. But then coming down here to the Tampa Bay area to have this market of Tampa, the market of St. Pete, Sarasota, it's just amazing. Like there's a lot of support from the folks in Tampa, and it was a good move. I still go back to Springfield. I still have a great amount of support there. I'd say over half my fans are based in the Midwest, and so it's always a plus to get back home and hang with them and perform for them.
Play Guitar Exchange, and we're hanging out with a band who I just saw at the amphitheater stage, Flip Turn. Now, you guys are from Florida, right?
Yes.
But you were not specific about where in Florida you are from. So I want to clarify that first. Where in Florida are you from?
We're We're from Fernandina Beach. It's like an hour north of Jacksonville.
Okay, I was gonna say I have no idea where that is.
Yeah, we kind of say like we're from Jacksonville, but we also play like a lot in Gainesville. So it's kind of
very small
Florida.
town, like small town USA.
Yeah.
How many people know about it?
Kind of like is it like a beach vibe? I mean, it's
Very, kind of.
Okay.
It's an island. Like it's also known as Amelia Island. So like it's
Oh,
a
okay,
vacation
yeah.
place. So, but we went to high school at Fernandina Beach High School. Like, so they call it town Fernandina Beach. I don't know.
Yeah.
And is that where the whole band met? Is that where you guys all met?
Yeah, we met. Me, Tristan, and Adrian actually went to elementary school together, so we've known each other since like 4th grade. And we all met Dylan and Taylor in high school. Dylan moved to our town his freshman year of high school, and Taylor and I met my senior year, her junior year
Oh,
of high
okay.
school.
Right on. And then is that when the band formed? Is it like your junior year of high school?
More like
our
senior year, but
Senior year.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And I've seen like you guys have been like opening for a ton of cool bands, you know. So what's that experience been like? And you've been on tour and
Yeah, it's been super cool. We're super lucky to be able to open for these awesome bands.
It's definitely lucky. It's definitely, makes you want to get better, obviously, because one day you want to be those band that other people are opening for, But it's definitely nice to, have a privilege to play with such amazing bands. Like, we played with Japanese Breakfast recently.
Yeah,
the
love
Jazz
them.
Collection is pretty cool. Playing here.
yeah.
Which is cool.
No, this is really awesome. Is this your first time coming to Gasparilla Music Fest?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, right on. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is it your first time in Tampa?
No.
No. Okay. Have you played in Tampa before?
Yeah.
Where'd you play when you were in Tampa?
We just played at the Orpheum.
Okay. Yeah. That's like right down the road.
Yeah.
That direction.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we played there and
Played a lot of St. Pete as well. We played at the Green Bench
Yeah.
Brewing Company. That's a cool little.
Shout out to Green Bench.
Yeah, shout out to Green Bench. What else? Pretty much those two places, right? Yeah.
That's right on. Right on. Yeah, I was peeping your Instagram a little bit, and I saw you guys making the drive over, and that's when I started to figure out, I was like, where are they coming from in Florida,
Yeah.
So, because it looked like you were in a very different place than this, and I guess that's kind of true. Like, people don't really realize that, like, the north coast there of Florida is a totally different vibe from here.
Yeah, totally different.
We're actually just talking earlier about, like, we're walking back from parked in the car, and we're like, this actually feels like Florida, where
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, we're
Kind
like
of doesn't, but
South Georgia.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're almost Georgia, basically. Like, almost not even Florida.
it's so
But-
pretty here.
Yeah. Well, we got probably more palm trees than you do up there. I would assume the palm trees are always picturesque. I just like Instagrammed a picture of this stage here, and it was all of my friends that are in New York and stuff are like, hey, it's a really cool looking little city you got there. So it's the palm trees. It makes everything great.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about what's going on with Flip Turn, because I know you had the record come out like recently, and you just put out like another acoustic single, I think I saw. Or something.
Yeah. We had. It's actually not as recent as like. It feels like it's almost been like a year since Citrona came out, which is like our little EP with 5 songs, and then recently we just put out an acoustic version of our song August, which has been doing very well. That's our most popular, like on Spotify, Apple Music, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I want to talk about tour. Tristan, you want to say
Tristan,
something?
they're looking to you like
I know,
Tristan.
okay.
This is
All
your
right,
time
well,
to shine here.
Yeah, and actually, this will be our second tour. And actually,
Cool.
pretty much the same exact month we did last year, which is cool.
Yeah.
We did like May last year actually, but
May, April, same time.
Did the same month in my eyes.
Yeah. All right.
April.
The spring. Yeah.
But we're starting around March 21st.
Yeah,
March
first
21st
date
and
Wait, around
Tampa.
here, right?
Tampa. Yeah.
Oh, right on. Okay, so you're starting March 21st from here and going where? What's the route?
We're going all the way up to like Brooklyn, New York, and
Vermont.
Yeah, that's
Right on.
probably the farthest we'll go is up to Vermont.
Yeah, that's pretty far.
Yeah.
Where are you playing in Brooklyn?
What is it called?
Gold Sounds.
Gold
Yeah.
Sounds. Okay, shout out to Cenk over there at Gold Sounds. We had some shows there for sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Cool. That's right on. So that's coming up. Are you like, do you have some kind of weird tour ritual that you have to do to like get yourself pumped and ready for that tour?
Just this trip down here is like kind of got us like really excited for it, I guess you could say. Like the last time we went on tour, the one thing we learned was how terribly we ate. So like this time we're coming down and we're trying to eat a little bit healthier.
It's not just gonna be Taco Bell 24/7.
No, that was the first tour.
Yeah.
I wish, but
yeah.
It sucks because it's easy to get into that trap when you're on tour and you start eating really bad and you're in the van all day or whatever and it's
you don't burn it off on stage.
No. No, you really don't.
You don't burn it off on stage.
Yeah, and then you I don't know, it gets depressing because you're just eating Taco Bell every day, and it's I love Taco Bell too, but you kind of get sick of it on the road. What are your ultimate road snacks?
Chex Mix. Not for me, but
he's just throwing you under the bus there.
Because her dad makes Chex Mix, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Homemade Chex Mix.
Homemade
Pretty good.
Chex Mix. Maybe he'll make us some for the road.
He does shit. It's like the spicy kind.
It's good. Either that or hint of lime. That was my favorite. Hint of lime Tostitos chips.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite. My girlfriend thinks I'm really weird because I love those chips, but those are my favorite.
Wait, just plain?
No, with the hint of lime.
No, what? With nothing on
Yeah, with nothing on them.
Just plain hint of lime. It's just the lime flavor is all you need.
Flavor,
yeah,
exactly,
I see.
exactly.
No dip needed.
No,
just
no.
dry chip.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, see? Yeah. All right.
I don't know if I can subscribe to that, honestly. I'm with Tristan over here. I feel like you need to put something on there. That's right on. Yeah, you guys seem like you'd be a fun hang on the road. It's like, have there been any big band blow-ups though? Any big drama coming from being on the road?
Not really.
Not really. You guys are chill. You get along.
I mean, if anybody gets annoyed with each other, we all have headphones. So I mean, it's definitely a long trip, but nobody
blows up or anything like that. So,
That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. You seem like too friendly of a bunch. So, anyways, I saw your set earlier at the Furman Amphitheater stage, and that's actually one of my favorite stages here at GMF because it's such a cool, intimate vibe.
It is.
And I think you definitely broke the record for most people and instruments on that stage today. Having a full 5-piece band there was cool. It was really cool because usually that's they have acoustic acts or electronic acts there, but to see an actual band, I was like, all right, this is awesome. And then you were really good, so it was it made it a lot more fun. And I know there was a lot of people that were kind of spilling over from the end of the Uncle John's band performance into your into the amphitheater there. It's a nice place to hang. So what was your set like? What was the experience for you?
Well, I just today tried playing. I had the flu all week.
Oh, okay.
Really
Oh, shit.
bad,
No.
chest cough and everything like that. So today's the first time I've sang really in 2 weeks. So it was definitely a bit. We didn't really know what was gonna happen, but it was still fun.
Yeah. I would have never guessed that you had the
Oh,
flu.
thank God.
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys were ripping. Seriously, it was a breath of fresh air to see that. So I think the crowd was really into it too. So what's the response you've gotten? Did you get enveloped with love when you got off the stage?
Yeah,
or
it was nice.
Yeah.
They were really awesome. It was so cool. People that have never seen us before came up oh, you're great. Oh, thank you.
It's definitely nice when people that have especially a place like here, we've come to Tampa a few times, but we don't have a huge following, so it's nice when people are oh wow, I'm gonna really follow you guys now. We really appreciate your music, so that's always very humbling and very cool.
Yeah. Right on. That's super cool. Yeah, and and then that's how you grow. That's how you grow as a band. It's just getting in front of people and making those.
All right, so we are here at Gasparilla Music Festival, day number 2 on a balmy Sunday afternoon. We are here interviewing the Hales. I'm just going to go ahead and pass the mic around so our listeners can get the names of everybody here. So just one by one here.
I'm Zach. I'm Andre. I'm Robbie.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Franco.
All right, thank you guys for joining us today. So I see you guys here are from Gainesville, Florida. Born and raised, or we transplants? No?
Yeah, so 4 out of 5 of us were college students at the University of Florida. Go Gators. But most of us actually reside in South Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, so either way, you guys had somewhat of a drive to get here today, it sounds like. Okay, yeah. My girlfriend and I, Kelsey, were just down there a couple weeks ago for 3 Points, the music festival down there. Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, that was quite a festival for sure. So you guys are here. Is this like your first time performing at Gasparilla or even like attending Gasparilla?
Yeah, this is our first Gasparilla Music Festival. We've played Tampa a couple times, but yeah, this is cool. Yeah. I love it. I was raised here. Wasn't born here, but I was raised here, so I know the area pretty well. So yeah, it's crazy, you know, walking around seeing this transformed. You know, we come down here all the time to hang out, so it's cool.
It's a really nice setting too. I remember I'm liking the backdrop of that. I was told that building, that Russian-looking building, is part of University of Tampa. That's okay. Yeah. That's just like that with the water it's very nice. It's a very nice setting.
Yeah, both my girlfriend and I did attend there at University of Tampa, so it's definitely very cool to like kind of be on the other side of things. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining us. I want to just kind of run down your discography so far. It doesn't seem to be much. It's pretty much just we've got an EP 2017. We've got a couple new singles coming out late last year, Younger and Stay. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about those, like just kind of the creation of those singles?
Yeah, so Younger came out about this time last year, and that really kind of spawned a new direction for us. The EP was something, you know, we took a lot of pride in, but it's something we're kind of moving past right now. And Stay is kind of a continuation of that new sound. And, you know, it's really hit home with a lot of people on Spotify, on Apple Music. The streams are doing amazing for an independent band like us. So we're really seeing a lot of growth that way online. And we actually have a new song coming out in April that, you know, continues that same sound. Probably going to do another 2 in like the summertime. So yeah, we actually just got out of the studio this week. So there's more on the way.
All right, I'm sure listeners are going to be excited to hear that. That was definitely going to lead into my next question too, just kind of like what's down the pipeline for you guys. So I'm looking forward to the next songs coming out here. I saw you guys are going to be playing a show in Portugal coming up soon. What exactly is the story behind that there?
All right, so Google's got us messed up because I have no clue. My mom texted me the other day. She was like, "Are you guys playing Portugal in May?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "You're opening for Toro y Moi." And I was like, "Yeah, no." But he's at this festival, so I figured just like Google, like the algorithm got it wrong. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, we're not doing that.
I think it's legally has to be held up by contract, so we will be contacting Toro y Moi's team and getting ourselves out there as soon as possible.
Well, we'll reach out to Toro as well. I think my boss is actually on a plane with him to South by Southwest right now, so I'll send him a text and see if they can get that figured out before they land. That's pretty fantastic. The Google algorithm strikes again. So tell us a little bit for those who kind of like are more known around the Gainesville area, kind of like for those who aren't familiar with Gainesville, what's sort of like something that Gainesville might not be known for, you know, people might not know Gainesville for, something kind of underrated?
Yeah, I guess when it was there before. When I first started going to school in Gainesville, I really wasn't expecting much in terms of a music scene. And since I joined the Hales when I was a freshman, you know, I've gotten more exposed to the local bands. We've played at a bunch of different venues, and there really is a nice mix. Lots of up-and-coming bands around our age, all sort of pulling from different styles. So it's really cool to have been a part of that and kind of have seen that grow over the years.
Yeah, I took a tour of the UF campus a couple of years ago, just looking around for colleges, and I one thing I noticed was like the immediate area is very just like a lot of music venues, a lot of bars, a lot of just like it's a really social kind of place, you know. So it's very cool to see a lot of things happening around there. It's happy to hear that. And I know we've kind of already touched on this a little bit. Obviously, we're not going to be in Portugal in a couple of weeks here, but sort of obviously with the songs and more studio time coming up, you know, what is next kind of for the Hales? Like, do we have any more or any tours down the pipeline or anything like that?
Yeah, so show wise, a little bit here and there over like, you know, the next couple months in Florida. We're actually in the process of moving out of Gainesville to Miami permanently. So we'll be doing that. Yes, but we'll go back to Gainesville all the time. We'll just keep playing Florida. We just came back from New York, played in Brooklyn this last weekend. So, we'll take whatever shows we can, but we're not like doing any extensive tours yet. So.
No trip out to South by?
No South by Southwest, but yeah, we'll see.
We're gonna try to put out some more singles first, and then we'll see where we're at.
There you go. Yeah. Build that audience. Smart move, definitely, and we'll definitely make sure the listeners get to listen to those new those singles that you guys put out last year. Make sure you get some more listeners on your radar. So hopefully, once the next singles come out, we can get a bit more audience for you guys. So maybe we can kind of inadvertently send you out to South by next year, maybe. So, well, maybe. So yeah, that's all the time we've got for today. We really appreciate you guys coming out. Is there anything else you guys want to say, drop before you head out?
That's all. We are the Hales signing off. Thank you so much.
So you kind of just formed your own community over there, and then are you touring now, or did you just come down for GMF?
We just came down. It's our spring break.
Oh, shout out!
We're still college boys.
Okay, all right. This is a great way to spend spring break.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
it just started.
Yeah. Like the weather's beautiful, and you guys are drinking some Cigar City Brewing IPAs here. So shout out to the High Lie.
Speaking of that, where's Joe with my lager? I asked him to bring that.
Fucking Joe.
Joe, man.
What is Joe doing?
What is he good for besides fucking guitar? He's the best guitar player in the world.
But so I definitely you were one of my kind of discoveries of this year, right? So I try to debate. I'm like, should I listen to all the bands before the festival, or should I wait and see what they have to offer? So for you, I waited, and I was like, let me see what Parrotfish is all about. And then when you guys started, I was like, shit, this is a lot of energy for this early in the day.
Yeah, well, we're used to playing we played noon last time.
Yeah, we played here 2 years ago.
Okay.
And we were it feels way different now than it did then.
It does feel a little different, yeah.
Yeah, well, like I said, you basically turned this into your own party, because it was like everybody was jamming, and the pit, I guess if you could call it that out here, is was just miles deep of people. I actually had to get back to this chair, so I had to literally walk around the entire building, because I couldn't just go through the crowd because Parrotfish was rocking it so hard.
Right.
So.
It's a good area here because right after Uncle John's band finished, all those Deadheads I feel like started just wandering over here.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
And I heard a shout out from one of the Uncle John's band's guys. So is that one of your guitar teachers?
Yeah, man, that's me. That was me. 5th grade to 7th grade, he taught me guitar, and just he actually it was really emotional a little bit, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it was he formulated all those I was like, okay, this is what a musician could be. I don't know. I didn't have any musicians in my life. You go to Nashville and everyone's a musician, everyone wants to do it, which is a really good appeal. But it's in Tampa, there's not that many people, and when I was young, he was just a mentor. So it was a huge honor to play right next to him
and get a
shout out.
Yeah.
I shouted him out.
Yeah, and it was perfect because it felt like he was passing the torch over to you guys, because he was really the Deadheads were all there, and like you said, he had just finished, and he was like, hey, my old guitar student, I can see him. He waved at you. That's so cool.
Yeah, I tried to get up there. I didn't really hear it when he said it, but then they were dragging me up, and I was yeah, it really felt like that though. It was really that helped me, that gave me some strength for sure.
Yeah,
kept me focused.
So did you ever go to see Uncle John's band at Skipper's?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
They played they play all around St. Pete too. Yeah,
right on.
They're really good.
So are you guys were more St. Pete based than Tampa based when you
No, when I go to see them, they're usually playing somewhere.
I feel I've always felt the music scene over in St. Pete, we used to be kind of reggae, ska,
yeah.
a little
still a little bit.
We throw it in there every now and then. Yeah. That's where St. Pete we would always go be seeing the shows, because that's where that shit is.
Yeah, that's there's a lot of that there. St. Pete's a really eclectic scene right now,
really
so it's cool, man.
Florida, honestly, is just the more time I spend away from Florida, I realize it's just the most eclectic, culturally, I feel it's so diverse.
Yeah.
So y'all motherfuckers are weird. Texas.
Yeah, we're very
songs.
weird. Yeah. But it is true, that kind of happens when you leave, when you live here and then you go out of state for college or whatever, and you come back, you're like, wait a minute, there's actually cool shit here. And at the time, I thought it all sucked, but it's actually really cool, Yeah. So
I think I love Tampa more after I came back, for sure.
Absolutely.
The weather, I took the weather for granted.
Dude,
we always do, yeah.
You're like, when is it gonna get? Yeah. Trace, what is your impression of Tampa as like a?
Is this your first time here?
No.
Because you guys played a couple years ago.
We played here 2 years ago, and then I came to Tampa. We went to Anna Maria our freshman year.
Great place to be.
So, dude, Tampa for me is like a fairy tale fantasy.
Yeah.
Because every time I'm here, it's just party time. We're playing music. We're just So
because for me and Con, we have our parents here, and so we gotta have that in mind. But when like Alec and Trace come,
They're on vacation.
They're on vacation.
Yeah.
So I'm just living it up, man. Living it up.
That's so cool.
It's a good place to chill by the beach and get some sun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about what's going on with Parrotfish then. What's the future hold?
We just released a song with Callaway Martin, who came out and he did a song with us called Alarms. We're releasing another one with him called Ha 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 coming up soon. And then we have like 2 or 3 new songs in the work that we're going to be releasing. And then hopefully play a bunch of shows over summer. But right now we're like writing and like really trying to just get music out.
Trying to get shit out there, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Our live show has always been kind of more of a not more of a focus, but like it's ended up that way. We played so many shows that like we played live so many times that we kind of want to get away from it and like just not get away from
Like
live shows, but just make time for us.
Spread them out so that each live show is more of an experience rather than like, oh, I can see them any weekend.
But just have time to get content out because we've been just playing so many shows that we haven't had time to release the music that we've been playing.
Right.
Half the set we played tonight is unreleased. And
Yeah, we're terrible at social media, so anyone out there that can help us, help us
out there. Kendall Jenner, if you listen to this, just make a tweet. Just make one tweet.
Yeah, just get the people that did the Fire Festival, get them on their social
We're
media.
throwing. Maybe not.
Well, we are.
Are we
We
gonna
might,
say?
yeah.
Oh, are you doing your own Fire Festival?
Yeah, I don't know. No, we're gonna.
As refer to Ja Rule on this topic. We don't know.
Right, yeah, I'll ask
This
Ja
is
Rule
secret.
about it.
Yeah.
It's top secret.
Yeah, I think
right on,
the
guys.
thing with like releasing music and playing live, like we try not to like pride ourselves on one or the other. Like we try to make it like, all right, we can show up, play a show, and it'll be the thing. But like, we want to make sure we're focused on that just recording, getting like stuff out there. Because like if you play out live and then you don't have shit on Spotify, it's like what?
Yeah, what are people
It goes
gonna
that
do?
far, so it only goes that far.
Yeah. So this is the year of getting more shit on Spotify. Is what
Yes, and we have a lot coming. This is like the year, like actually, like we got a lot.
A lot of stuff has been recorded, or is in the process of being recorded, or has been recorded. So we're just like queuing it up, about to just let it all rip.
Awesome.
Give it to him.
So unfortunately, we don't have too much time here today because we're doing a lot of interviews. But any final things to say for Tampa or for the Cigar City Radio crowd? Any more shout outs to Jesuit?
Shout out Replay Guitar Exchange.
Also,
yeah, Replay.
definitely. And while you're here, man, save the reefs, man. Help the parrotfish out, dude.
Yes, dude. Just be
do whatever you
mindful.
can. Don't pollute the oceans.
We got a beautiful bay here, man. I see some trash in there sometimes, and Bayshore is my favorite part. I love to come down to Bayshore and drive down there and just look at shit. So like, just don't throw your Snickers wrapper in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Keep Bayshore clean.
I've done it.
Yeah.
But
that's a good message.
You
That is
know?
a good message.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, Parrotfish,
Thank
for
you.
stopping by. We'll hopefully next time you guys come to town, hit us up and we'll do a long